In a bold shift from traditional French nuclear policy, Macron declared France is open to discussions about placing its nuclear weapons on the territory of other European allies.
As I speak to you and for the foreseeable, Russia has become a threat to France and Europe. I deeply regret this, and I'm convinced that in the long term, peace will return to our continent with Russia once again at peace. But this is the situation I'm describing to you, and we have to live with it. Faced with this dangerous world, it would be foolish to remain a spectator. Without further delay, we must make decisions for Ukraine, for the security of the French, for the security of Europeans.
This announcement comes amid intensifying security fears sparked by the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war and increasing doubts about the reliability of US security guarantees under NATO. With the European continent rethinking its defense identity, Macron's offer signals more than just military repositioning. It marks a potential milestone in Europe's pursuit of strategic autonomy. Historically, France has guarded its nuclear force as a purely national asset. Since Charles de Gaulle's time, the French nuclear deterrent, currently comprising around 290 warheads, has been seen as the ultimate symbol of national sovereignty. France is the only EU member state with its own nuclear arsenal, and until now, it has never entertained the idea of stationing nuclear weapons abroad. So why the sudden shift? Macron's vision of a sovereign Europe outlined in his Sorbonne University speech emphasized a European Union capable of acting independently in security matters. With US President Donald Trump having questioned America's unwavering support for NATO allies, unless they meet defense spending targets, many European nations are anxious. The trust in America's nuclear umbrella is not what it once was. France's proposal is, therefore, both a symbolic and strategic effort to fill the perceived vacuum. The concept isn't new. NATO has operated under a nuclear sharing model for decades. The United States stations tactical nuclear weapons, B-61 gravity bombs, in Belgium, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, and Turkey. Though the US retains control and ownership, Allied aircraft and personnel are trained for their potential use, should NATO ever authorize it. It's a Cold War-era arrangement that continues to divide opinion, but has endured due to its role in alliance cohesion. France's offer, however, raises big questions. Does France even have enough nuclear capability to extend such protection? With just under 300 warheads, France's arsenal is modest compared to the US or Russia. Its delivery systems, submarine-launched ballistic missiles and air-launched cruise missiles via Rafale jets, are formidable but limited in scale. A 2023 report from the Center for Strategic and International Studies warned that extending deterrence to other countries would strain France's resources. It would likely require more warheads, more infrastructure, and permanent overseas deployment of aircraft and command systems. A massive logistical and financial undertaking. And there's the legal minefield. Under the 1968 Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, nuclear weapon states are forbidden from transferring nuclear arms or control over them to others. NATO's current arrangement skirts this by ensuring the US maintains custody and control at all times, at least during peacetime. France's proposal would need to carefully navigate these same legal lines, but critics argue the spirit of the treaty would be challenged. International law experts and disarmament advocates have long viewed even NATO's model as pushing the treaty's limits. Then there's the geopolitical fallout. Supporters argue this move would show unity and strength in the face of Russian aggression. It would signal that Europe is ready to stand on its own feet and defend itself, even with nuclear force if necessary. But Russia is unlikely to sit quietly. Moscow has already deployed tactical nuclear weapons to Belarus and has warned repeatedly that NATO's military footprint near its borders would trigger retaliation. If France were to follow through, we could see a tit-for-tat escalation, raising the risk of a more dangerous arms race on European soil. So is France redefining Europe's nuclear future or opening a Pandora's box? The answer may depend on how Europe responds. Will other EU states welcome this expanded French deterrent, or will fears of escalation and questions of legality hold them back? One thing is clear. Macron's statement wasn't just political theater, it was a calculated message. France wants to lead the next chapter of Europe's security story, and it's willing to bring the bomb to the table.